Good morning. I call this hearing on food prices and small businesses to order. From coast to coast, Americans are seeing continued increases in the cost of food items. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the average price of such basic staples as bread, milk, and eggs increased over 30% during 2007. That was the largest annual jump in price in almost 2 decades, but the trend is projected to continue during the current year. Such increases have undeniable repercussions on consumers, small businesses, and the U.S. economy as a whole. Today, we will discuss the relationship between food prices and the entire economic chain, from farm to grocer to restaurant and to home. We will also explore the various factors contributing to the rising cost of food products and examine the specific effect on family farmers and entrepreneurs. It is an admittedly complex task that requires carefully considering a full range of variables. Some may be tempted to point fingers at single industry or sector, but there are many contributing factors to the perfect storm that is driving food prices upwards. We need to be mindful of every piece of this puzzle and gauge the specific and collective impact. That holds true whether we are talking about the corn used to make ethanol, the wheat used to make bread, or the produce that is purchased in bulk by grocers. As we will hear today, a number of troubling developments are coming to a head simultaneously. For starters, rising unemployment and fallout from the subprime mortgage crisis have left our economy in a weakened state. This creates a difficult environment for businesses. Consumers have less disposable income, and tightening credit markets make it difficult for small firms to access capital. Restaurants, grocers, and other food entrepreneurs are also having to pay more for their raw materials. It now costs each of them a great deal more money to bring the same products to market. Their customers, meanwhile, have less to spend, and they are more resistant than ever to paying higher prices. It is an economic catch-22 that hits small businesses from both directions. The problem is compounded further by rising global demand for agricultural foods. Developing economies such as China and India are putting new strains on supply, and weather-related production shortages of wheat, rye, and other crops are making these products more expensive for everyone, including American firms. Last, but certainly not least, the weakened U.S. dollar and the continuing climb of oil prices have a sizable effect on what small businesses pay for basic staples. Just a few weeks ago, this committee delved into the economic implications of the $115 barrel of oil. As we push north of the 120 mark, the impact on food prices and the entrepreneurs who must bear them continues to deepen. The challenges posed by such a dramatic combination of factors is considerable, but they are not insurmountable. As history has demonstrated time and time again, our nation's small business economy is remarkably resilient. Entrepreneurs can help us get things back on track, so we should not be discouraged. Instead, we should lend them our support. That means continuing to focus on the root causes of these problems and understanding how the many variables interact with one another. With a clear sense of those dynamics, we can set about formulating and implementing solutions that allow the market to restore economic strength. It is a time-tested and common-sense approach. Arriving at policy solutions will require a comprehensive dialogue. I am very pleased that to help us in that discussion, we have a diverse range of perspectives represented on today's panel. I want to thank each of the witnesses for joining us today. I'm looking forward to your testimony and its many insights into these critical issues. With that, I now yield to the ranking member, Mr. Chabot, for his opening statement.
I thank the Chairwoman for yielding and thank her for holding this hearing on food prices and small business. I think this is a very important hearing this morning. This is a critical issue affecting not only American families but also, as was mentioned, American small businesses. I also thank our witnesses for taking the time out of their very busy schedules to be with us here today. I know we all appreciate that very much. Anyone who has been to a grocery store recently to purchase basic consumer staples has noticed that the price of food has been rising, and oftentimes quite substantially. According to the Department of Labor, last month, food prices edged up 0.9%, so almost 1%, driven by increases in numerous products, including bread and butter and coffee and margarine and milk and other products. American families are paying more for food, and so are America's small businesses. Small restaurants, grocers, and food manufacturers are also feeling the squeeze, forcing them to raise their prices oftentimes. And according to the Department of Agriculture's Economic Research Service, the cost of food is expected to continue to rise this year by 4 to 5%. What's behind these increases? Rising demand for energy and ethanol has caused the price of grain to jump. China, India, and other countries are consuming more of our grain and our meat and other products. And the weakness of our dollar has made our exported products an even better value. This hearing is an excellent opportunity to examine how small businesses are being affected by food price increases and explore possible solutions to these challenges. Again, I'd like to thank the Chairwoman for holding this hearing and look forward to hearing from our panel of experts. One thing I might mention is I'm the ranking member also this committee and the antitrust task force, and we've got an important hearing. John Conyers, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, is the full chairman. I'm the ranking member. We have a hearing at 11, so I believe that Congressman Gohmert is going to fill in at that point for me. So I yield back.